What's up, guys? Sean here from Srkcycles, and I've got an awesome list for you guys. Top 5 things. This is not even the top, just 5 more things that you probably don't know about of things that motorcycle dealerships will never, ever tell you. Well, I guess that's not true because I'm telling you right now, and I'm a motorcycle dealership. Everyone say hi to Caleb, he's filming stuff. Number 1. Dealerships say this all the time. Car dealerships, bike dealerships. I don't know why they say it's the biggest lie I've ever seen in my life. But they say, paying top dollar for your trade-in, paying retail prices. This is not true. This is not true. And if they actually are paying top dollar retail prices for it, then you need to look at the price that they're selling you their new bike for. Because there must be a huge, incredible markup. There's a pretty decent spread between trade-in and retail. If they can't make money on your bike if they're paying full retail for it. Then they got to recondition it. They got to make it look nice. It's a lie. They want you to get in. They want you to come in. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We do not pay top dollar for our trade-in prices. We generally pay a fair trade-in price. But if you want top dollar, start a motorcycle dealership, sell it yourself. Or the next best thing would be to, during peak season, sell your bike privately on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. That's how you get top dollar. Number 2, guys, motorcycle sales margins are much smaller than you think. If you want to talk about new motorcycles, the imports are barely making any money. I kind of feel bad for a lot of these guys. Their margins are really, really, really slim. So when you go in to buy an import, and you're like, I'm gonna talk this guy down to $2,000. It's not happening, man. You might get the guy who you're talking to, a tear might start coming out of his eye because he's like, I can't feed my family tonight. It's really tight for these guys. Harley Davidson dealerships are a little bit different. They actually make pretty decent money, which honestly I think that's great that they're making money on these bikes. That kind of helps show the longevity of Harley Davidsons. They make a lot of motorcycles and they produce a lot of jobs in America. But does that mean that you're going to be able to negotiate a cheaper price for those bikes? The answer is probably not, because there's someone else coming behind you to sell it. You got supply and demand. If they think, well, this guy wants $2,000 off the price, but they know they're going to sell it within the next 20 days anyway, they're not going to give you the deal. Harley Davidson has done a really good job at maintaining and holding price. Also, a lot of manufacturers, I forget the terminology because I'm not a new dealership, but it's some type of they hold the price number. They'll hold the number. They can't list it for anything cheaper than this price, and all dealerships have to sell for the same price. They do that so people aren't just selling it for under cost or something like that and pissing all the other manufacturers off. Number 3. This is something they don't tell you. I'm not sure why they don't tell you this. Some dealerships will actually trade other things other than motorcycles. I'm talking, we've traded in quads. We would trade in jet skis if we wanted to ride a jet ski that weekend. I wouldn't trade in a boat, but some dealerships will trade in boats. We've traded in cars. So if you have something unique that you want to trade in, that's got a title, or I guess a dirt bike maybe, that's not specifically a motorcycle and you're buying a motorcycle, it may be possible that if you have a car or something else, or even something that doesn't run, it may be possible that you can get a dealership to trade it in for the thing you want. Now, again, do not expect top dollar for it. If you're trading in a motorhome to a bike dealership, they don't know how to price these things out, and they don't want to get ripped off or screwed over, so they're going to put a pretty steely number. The number they're going to put on that vehicle is I can't lose at this number. So you got to keep that in mind. Number 4, it's freight and prep. We all hear this nonsense of freight and prep. It's these additional costs. You guys know I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a way for dealerships not to disclose how much the vehicle actually costs. At Srkcycles, if you're out of state and this bike, or if you're not going to register it and pay taxes, and this bike's listed for $5,500, you come in with a check for $5,500, you're walking out with the bike. Or if you're out of state, the way most dealerships are is you got freight and prep and paperwork and all this nonsense. I think it's just a way that they can not be as competitive and want to get you in the door. But they'll never tell you what the actual cost of that stuff is. I don't even know what the actual cost of a lot of these dealerships and of these ridiculous fees. Number 5. Financing charges. That's a real thing. If you go to a lot of dealerships and don't go to a dealership and just say, hey, let me buy this bike, and then have them run their finances, because chances are, now we don't do this because I don't like this. A lot of times they'll call the bank and say, hey, I got this guy. The bank will say, hey, we got him at 2%. They'll go back to the customer and say, hey, we got you at 7%. And the dealership keeps that difference. And that could be a lot, that could be a couple $100. That's how they make their money financing. We chose not to do that. I don't think it's wrong. As an informed buyer, you can know better and go get your own financing. Go to your local bank, go to your credit union, go prepare. Be like, listen, I got finance, I got approved for this much money at this interest rate. If they can do it, if they can do better than that, hey, that might be a good move. Number 6, here's a bonus one for you guys. I said I was only gonna do 5. Here's number 6, and this is probably I see this all the time. No dealership will ever tell you this, except for me. It's right here. If you don't have any money, do not be buying a bike. A bike is a luxury item. A bike is a 100% luxury item. I'm so sick. Oh, I want to set this thing up real quick. I'm so sick and tired of seeing, it breaks my heart, to be honest with you. It breaks my heart when someone comes in and they want to finance everything. If you're going in and you want to finance, you have no deposit, you want to finance the gear and the taxes and the registration and a helmet and the bike. First of all, from day one, you are completely upside down on that bike because you finance things that you can't actually sell anymore. It's just a bad move. At that point, listen, let me make it clear. You are broke. You have no money. Motorcycles are awesome. Guys, I love motorcycles. I think everyone should have a motorcycle who can afford it. But motorcycles are a luxury item. It's not like it's food and you gotta eat. And listen, I know I'm sure you could say it's like food, but it's not. It's a luxury item. When you buy it, you should feel good. You shouldn't feel bad about, oh my gosh, why did I just get in more debt to buy this motorcycle? Guys, that wraps it up. Subscribe. We'll see you guys later. If you're wondering what that noise is, we finally turned on the heat inside the shop. So now it's kind of nice and warm. We'll see you guys later, guys.